Hello everybody, Diddy back again, another video. Oh boy, Frances Tiafoe, he just got his biggest win in his career, where he took out the all-time Grand Slam leader, Rafael Nadal, who has 22 Grand Slam titles to his name. He knocked Rafael Nadal out in the 4th round at US Open 2022. I didn't see this coming. The 22nd seed, which Frances Tiafoe is, he's the 22nd seed. He knocked out Rafael Nadal in 4 sets, won the first 6-4, lost the second 6-4, won the third 6-4, and won the fourth 6-3. Frances Tiafoe is through to quarterfinal at US Open. I believe his second quarterfinal appearance in his tennis career, if I'm not mistaken, in the Grand Slam level. I didn't see this match from the beginning because, like I've said, I'm not in Sweden. I'm in Macedonia, in my home birth country. So I'm all over the place, visiting relatives. But I saw the 4th set. I actually saw the 4th set, the entire 4th set. And what I saw from Rafael Nadal is one of the worst sets I've ever seen Rafael Nadal play, to be quite honest. I couldn't quite believe my eyes. I was thinking with myself, what has happened to Rafael Nadal's legs? He was so slow, moving side to side. Frances Tiafoe was hitting the ball big, both forehand and backhand, with his flat ground strokes. The ball was staying really low. So I get it, it is hard defending, but man, my tennis friends all around the world, Frances Tiafoe has played Rafael Nadal 2 times before, and he has not taken even 1 set. And so Rafael Nadal was really slow out there. At least that 4th set I saw, and he was doing so many bad returns. He was doing a lot of unforced errors, at least in that 4th set. So I was thinking to myself, is Rafael Nadal hurt or something? He was doing a lot of double faults in that 4th set. He was not serving good. He was actually up a break in the 4th set. And I thought to myself that maybe Rafael Nadal would take this match to a 5th set. This was because it would have been typically Nadal taking the match to a 5th set. That was what I expected. That was what I expected when I saw Rafael Nadal being up a break in the 4th set. But Frances Tiafoe took the break back and then broke Nadal once again in the 4th set, and then won the 4th set 6-3. When Rafael Nadal was serving that 5-3 game, he broke Rafael Nadal to 6-3 with unbelievable great returns from Frances Tiafoe. All credit to Frances Tiafoe. Did he do his match of his life? Probably not. Did he do one of his best matches in his career? Yes, but he didn't do his match of his life a la Tsonga Australian Open 2008 when Tsonga took out Rafael Nadal in that semi-final in Australia, a la Robbie Söderling in French Open 2009 when French Open took Rafael Nadal out in that 4th round French Open 2009. That was not the kind of a match that Frances Tiafoe did. Tsonga, Söderling, to mention 2, they did their matches of their life against Rafael Nadal. They have never done better matches than those 2 matches. Tsonga in Australian Open 2008, Robbie Söderling in French Open 2009 against Nadal. Frances Tiafoe didn't do his match of his life. He didn't do. He did one of his best matches of his life, for sure. If you look at the stats, Frances Tiafoe lands only 50% first serves in. That is not many first serves in. And he wins unbelievably 76% behind his first serve. That shows to us that Rafael Nadal's return game was horrible. Rafael Nadal didn't land many first serves in himself. He was not serving good, Rafael Nadal. He did 9 aces, but 9 double fault. 4 of those double faults, I think they came in the 4th set, if I'm not mistaken. I believe so. He did a lot of double faults in the 4th set, Rafael Nadal. So, in the entire match, Rafael does 9 double faults, and Rafael lands only 53% first serves in. He wins 72% behind his first serve. Frances does better job with 76% winning point behind his first serve. Rafael Nadal wins 56% behind his second serve, points won. Frances Tiafoe does a better job with 60% winning points behind the second serve. Frances Tiafoe does a lot of aces, 18 aces and only 4 double faults. So Frances Tiafoe did a quite good match in the serving department. He was serving really good. He was hitting his forehand big. He was hitting his backhand pretty good as well. Frances Tiafoe did 49 winners in the entire match and only 28 unforced errors. So Frances Tiafoe does 21 more winners and unforced errors. Rafael Nadal, on the other hand, he does 33 winners only and 26 unforced errors. So Rafael Nadal does only 7 more winners than unforced errors. Was it a horrible Rafael Nadal we saw? Not a horrible, because every single time you do more winners than unforced errors, I can't call that performance for horrible. But it was for sure an average weak Rafael Nadal we saw. I didn't see the first 3 sets. I didn't see them because I was busy. But the 4th set that I saw, I was not impressed from Rafael Nadal. He was playing short his balls. He was landing his ground strokes short. He was doing bad returns. He was moving slow. Rafael Nadal, he was not looking like a 36 years old on court. He was not. He was looking more or less like a 46 years old on court. He was looking 10 years older than his age. Especially in that 4th set, he was looking slow. It was not like Frances Tiafoe was hitting the lines with winners. He had pretty good margins on his shots. Frances Tiafoe, to be quite honest, at least in that 4th set. Rafael Nadal could not defend. He was not moving good on the baseline. He was not moving fast. He was super slow. So when Frances was taking the ball early, which he did a lot, on not only the 4th set, I heard that he did it a lot in the first 3 sets as well. He was taking the ball early, both forehand and backhand. And he was playing with big margins. He was not kissing the line with his shots. Nadal could not reach those balls. Even though Frances was hitting them with big margins, Nadal could not defend and was not getting to those balls because he was super slow. I don't know if Rafa was hurt. He didn't say he was hurt after the match. He didn't say, but he looked for sure super slow. I've never seen Rafa Nadal this slow on a tennis court. I will be honest with you, never. So all credit to Frances Tiafoe. He won this match. He was the better player. Rafa Nadal said it after the match. He was the much better player. All in all, Frances Tiafoe wins 120 points the entire match. Rafael Nadal wins 110 points the entire match. So Frances Tiafoe actually wins only 10 more points than Rafael Nadal. It was not like he was steamrolling Rafael Nadal. It was not. But he was better. He was better than Rafael Nadal. That's for sure. He broke Rafael Nadal's serve more times. He was doing more wins than Rafael Nadal. He was doing, like I said, 21 more wins than unforced errors from Frances Tiafoe racket. Rafael Nadal did only 7 more winners than unforced errors. So, all in all, Frances Tiafoe was in beast mode level? No, I will not call him beast mode level. No, I cannot call that beast mode level performance from Frances Tiafoe, but for sure a great mode level performance from Frances Tiafoe. For sure. It was a great mode level performance from Frances Tiafoe against a weak, average mode level Rafael Nadal. That's what I can say about this match in the 4th round. I didn't see this coming. I didn't see this coming, man. I just didn't see it. Will Frances Tiafoe go on and win the tournament now? I don't think so. They usually never do it. When they come up with a big win like this, like Söderling did against Nadal, like Tsonga did against Nadal, like to mention some of the players who had taken out Nadal in the past in big match wins, they have never won the tournament, and I don't think Frances Tiafoe will do that either. So big congratulations to Frances Tiafoe for his biggest win in his career. And Rafael Nadal, his age is starting to show more and more. He was really looking, he was showing his age. More than so, like I said, he was looking more than 40 years old in that court yesterday. He was not looking like 36 years old, guys. He was looking more like over 40 years old. especially at fourth set. Man, I've never seen Nadal so slow. I really have never seen it. Like, he was making life really easy for Frances Tiafoe with bad returns, a lot of unforced errors, weak serving, super slow movements on the tennis court. He was not moving fast side to side, so it was a very weak average Rafael Nadal. Still not horrible. I don't call players horrible when they do more wins than unforced errors. I don't call them. So, but for sure, a weak average Rafael Nadal we saw, for sure. And I didn't see that coming, to be quite honest. Father time is catching up with Rafael Nadal. It has catched up with Roger Federer. Roger Federer has won his last Grand Slam title, we all know that. Rafael Nadal, I'm not counting him out. He has always French Open, if he can stay healthy. But it will be really difficult for Rafael Nadal to win Grand Slam titles outside of French Open. So that's why my prediction that neither Nadal or Djokovic will win 25 majors, maybe I will nail that prediction. Maybe. It looks like that. But I think Nadal has not won his last Grand Slam title. I think he maybe has one left in him in French Open. But when it comes to other three majors, man, I'm starting to believe that he has won his last Grand Slam title outside of French Open. But I'm not counting him out when it comes to French Open. I really don't count him out. Rafa Nadal will always be the favorite at French Open as long as he plays tennis. As long as he plays tennis. When you win a tournament 14 times, like Rafa Nadal has done in French Open, it would be insane counting him out as long as he plays tennis. The other upset we had, it was the number 1 seed Daniil Medvedev against Nick Kyrgios. That I was not shocked. Even though I picked Medvedev to defeat Kyrgios before the match, but I was not shocked. I was not even surprised. Nadal, I was shocked, especially with that kind of a weak, poor performance that Nadal showed up against Frances Tiafoe. But Medvedev, because Nadal is Nadal, he's a 20-time Grand Slam champion. Medvedev is one of the weakest world number 1s that we have ever seen, after Marcelo Rios, according to me. So Medvedev, I'm not shocked that he lost against Nick Kyrgios. Nick Kyrgios has Medvedev's number, 3-1 in the head-to-head, now 4-1 in the head-to-head. But Medvedev actually did a better performance against Nick Kyrgios than Nadal did against Frances Tiafoe, because Medvedev actually did a lot of winners, man. He did. Let me think here. I think he did 49 winners, Daniil Medvedev. Yeah, 49 winners and only 19 unforced errors. So Daniil Medvedev does 30 more winners than unforced errors against Nick Kyrgios. And Nick Kyrgios, on the other hand, he does only 15 more winners than unforced errors. Nick Kyrgios does 53 winners and 38 unforced errors. So Nick Kyrgios does 15 more wins than unforced errors. Medvedev does 30 more wins than unforced errors. Medvedev, why did Medvedev lost? He lost it because he was not clutch. Nick Kyrgios was more clutcher than Daniil Medvedev. Actually, Medvedev created more breakpoint opportunities. I think Medvedev created 8 breakpoint opportunities and he converted in only 2 of them. Nick Kyrgios, on the other hand, he created 7 breakpoint opportunities and he created in 5 of them. And there you have the reason why Nick Kyrgios won. He was the more clutch player than Medvedev. He just was. He actually was not. When you look at the points won, Medvedev won 118 points and Nick Kyrgios wins Medvedev wins 118 points. Nick Kyrgios wins 129 points, something like that. Yes, 29. I think Nick Kyrgios won only 11 more points than Daniil Medvedev in the entire match. So it was not like Nick Kyrgios steamrolling Daniil Medvedev either, to be quite honest, my tennis friends all around the world. So it was just that Nick Kyrgios was the more clutcher player. Like I said, he converted his breakpoint opportunities much more than what Daniil Medvedev did. And the first set was super close. Medvedev was actually, he won more points in that first set than Nick Kyrgios, but he lost the set. Why? Because he didn't convert his chances. So tennis is about who converts more chances than the opponent, and Nick Kyrgios did that, and that's why Medvedev lost. But Medvedev did a much better match against Nick Kyrgios than what Nadal did against Frances Tiafoe. The numbers are not lying. They are there to watch them. They are there to analyze. And the numbers are saying that Medvedev did a much better match against Nick Kyrgios than what Nadal did against Frances Tiafoe. So, the highest seed, the number 1 and the number 2 seed, the Australian Open finalists from earlier this year, they both got knocked out in the 4th round, both of them. So now we will get a new Grand Slam champion, my tennis fans all around the world, because Marin Cilic, who also was a Grand Slam champion, left in the draw, also lost an epic 5-set battle against Jannik Sinner in 5 sets. So we will get a new Grand Slam champion. We will get a new world number 1. The new world number 1 will be Casper Ruud or Carlos Alcaraz. So, interesting time ahead of us in tennis. And now we have the quarterfinals ahead of us. Let's do a fast preview about the quarterfinals. Let's start with Matteo Berrettini versus Casper Ruud. 3-2, the head-to-head is to Casper Ruud, but all the matches that Casper Ruud has won against Matteo Berrettini are on clay. Matteo Berrettini, I'm not a big fan of him. You know what I've called him? He's the new version of Andrew Roddick. I don't think Matteo Berrettini will ever win a Grand Slam title, but if he is to prove me wrong, it is now or never. But because all the 8 players who are left, all of these 8 can win it. Man, it is not easy picking one of them to win it now. Who will win it now? My man, the player to beat before the event started was Nadal, according to me. He was knocked out in the 4th round with a very weak average performance. So now all these 8 players who are left in the draw, they will like their chances. They shot their life opportunity. If you have one shot, one opportunity, will you capture? Like Eminem says in his hit song, Lose Yourself. So these 8 players, they really have one shot, one opportunity. Will they capture? Only one of them will do. Who will do it? Matteo Berrettini versus Casper Ruud. Who will take that one? I think Matteo will take it. I don't know, man. I just have the feeling that Matteo will serve big, will hit his forehand big. The matches that Casper has defeated Matteo Berrettini has been all 3 of them on clay. This is on a fast surface like this surface is in US Open. So I will pick Matteo to defeat Casper Ruud. Then the other quarterfinal is between Carlos Alcaraz and Jannik Sinner on the top section of the draw. The head-to-head is 2-1 to Jannik Sinner. The last 2 encounters between them, Jannik Sinner has defeated Carlos Alcaraz, and the last one they faced each other, and only one was on 5-set match was in Wimbledon early this year, where Jannik Sinner won in 4 sets. They both came through tough 5-setters in their 4th round matches. Jannik Sinner against Ivashka, and he won the 5th set 6-3, and Carlos Alcaraz against Marin Cilic, also a tough 5 sets, tough 5-set battle. Carlos Alcaraz won in the 5th set against Marin Cilic 6-3. I have a feeling that Carlos Alcaraz has the slightest edge here. I know that Jannik Sinner has his number in the head-to-head 2-1, but they have faced each other only 3 times. I don't know, man. This can go either way, but I will give my slightest edge to Carlos Alcaraz. I don't know. I don't have any clue. I don't know. Both of them can win this match. It is not easy predicting it. But I will give my slightest edge to Carlos Alcaraz. I think Carlos Alcaraz will come through. That was the top section of the draw. The bottom section of the draw, Andrei Rublev against the Nadal killer, Frances Tiafoe. I believe the head-to-head between these two are 1-1. I think that Andrei Rublev will take out Frances Tiafoe. I don't know, man. I have the feeling that when a player gets his biggest win of his career, they usually don't back that up all the time. So I think that, is it sometime? Is it now or is it never for Andrei Rublev to ever take that first ever step and play his first ever Grand Slam semifinal? It is now. So I think Andrei Rublev will take out Frances Tiafoe. That was the 3rd quarterfinal. And then the 4th quarterfinal is... man, I have to think now. Which is the 4th quarterfinal match? Rublev against Frances Tiafoe. And then Carlos Alcaraz against Sinner, Ruud against Berrettini. Who was the fourth one? Man, it is stop. My head is spinning around. The fourth, which was it? The fourth. I'm not remembering it. It is. I'm not remembering it. Which is it? My tennis fans all around the world. The fourth. The bottom section of the draw. I'm not remembering it. Let me see here. The fourth. Let me see here.